Today on Tony's Fords and Mustangs, I picked up an MGW Gen 2 shifter for the 2021 Mach 1. Now, I reviewed my Mach 1 shifter and it's pretty good. So was this $500 a good spend? Is the shifter going to be that much better? Or did I just throw $500 out the window? Stay tuned. So I want to start out this video by saying I am not affiliated with MGW in any way. I paid for this product with my own money. They did not send me a sample. I'd be just like you are, another client. First impression out of the box, it was packed well. It seems to be a pretty complete kit. They do have video online, which is pretty comprehensive. It seems to be a well-built, well-machined shifter. So if there's any major changes between the MGW video and what I see in this Mach 1, I am going to note those. Hopefully the next thing you see is me driving this thing. If I run into any difficulties, I'm going to record those as well. Hey, just a quick tip. If these two connectors aren't connected to on an S550, it's not going to start. So I took this console out. It's just easier to have the doors open off the lift. But that ended up being an issue because I got in there no key detected. So I had to get back in, connect those two connectors, drop the key in the middle, get the car started, move it, then disconnect it to get it out.
Several song-filled hours later.
Well, that was a 7-hour battle, and I got a lift. I'm not probably the best auto mechanic, but I am a retired Air Force jet engine mechanic, so it's not like I don't know how to swing a wrench. However, it is in, and it is notchy. It's very positive on the throws. It's much shorter than the factory shifter. I think you can see that. It's a much shorter throw, but it's also a much shorter handle. But that's kind of what I wanted right there. Pretty simple. It's very positive, good feel to it. It's dropping right in gear. So this is exactly what I thought it would be. The shifts are precise, much more precise than in the Ford shifter. So the Ford shifter is good, but it does leave some vagueness. There's a little bit of play in the shifter. This one's really precise. It's dead on. Every shift is where you expect it to be. It's going to be consistent, which is good. It is a firm shifter, but that's fine. You do have to throw it around a little bit, but that's exactly what you want. Give it a little rip through the gears here. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. So it's much more precise than the Ford shifter. I'd say it's about a 40% improvement, and that's saying something because the Ford shifter was pretty good. Personally, I might like the shifter to be just a hair longer. It's almost too short, but I'll work around that at some point. We'll figure that out. I did go with the factory knob adapter, so I kept the factory knob. It looks okay to me. I don't have an issue with it. I am going to put a link in the description for MGW's video. So the MGW short shifter, would I buy it again? $500. That's not a small chunk of change. I think, yeah, I would. It's a very positive throw. Not a whole lot of vagueness in the shift, and that's what I was looking for. I had a Barton on my Boss 302. I was very happy with that. I couldn't find a Barton for this one. MGW, this is the second gen shifter they made. I can tell you the passenger side is a real bitch. It is rough. You'll spend a lot of time up in there. You have to drop the trans mount, and I did that, but I only picked up maybe 1.5 inches. I actually had to pull down on the transmission while reaching up through and sliding a bolt out. There was a defect in my shifter. They actually mounted the arm that connects to the tranny 180 out. The bolt that should be on the driver's side, which would have been a lot easier on the driver's side, was on the passenger side. But I was able to get it in there. There's no binding. I did talk to them. They were willing to do whatever I needed them to do. They could ship something out next day for me. There's no binding here, so I'm just going to leave it as is. It's in. I was halfway through the install. There was no way I was going to stop where I was at. But it was a good part of 7 hours in and done. Maybe you want to farm that out. I'm not sure. You have to value your time on it. The rubber boot in this thing, put it in, spin it, and it'll kind of thread itself onto the shifter itself. It's a lot easier than trying to manhandle it. Worked pretty well. Other than that, the install video that MGW did is really good. It does walk you through all the steps, so there's no issues there. But it's 45 minutes. No way you're getting that done in 45 minutes. The second part of that install, you'll notice they do out of the car. Be a lot easier out of the car. I use a ratcheted box end wrench on this, and every click you fight for. You just fight for it. And I actually had to get 2 hands up in there because the bolts that Ford uses, you get them broke loose, they just kind of move. They don't want to let the ratchet on the wrench. So you have to hold it with one finger and wrench it with another. But it's every click, 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 click. And the bolt's yay long. So there's a lot of clicks there. Yeah, it's tough. Tough install. But I think it's a worthwhile one. MGW's construction is awesome. You can tell they did a good job with it. Tech support, really good. Those guys are on it. I had an issue. I called them, asked them about it. They said I could use it the way it is. They didn't think it would bind. They tried it on their test unit. It didn't bind for them. And it's not binding for me either. So I think I'm going to be fine. If you like this video, if this was any use to you, please consider subscribing. It'd be appreciated. Thanks so much. Till next time, we'll see you.